Hi, I'm Ethan. I love muzzleloading, and this is your muzzleloading news for the week. Currently, it's February 2022, and we're starting to see kind of things warm up now as we head into more of the traditional muzzleloading season for the community as a whole. Hunting seasons around the country have slowed down a little bit, and we're starting to shift now into next season hunting prep, event prep, and competition prep. In good news, we have a rather large shipment of Swiss and Schuetzen Blackpowder into the country now, and it's at distributors as you're watching this video. I really encourage you to check out all of the major Blackpowder distributors across the country to see if they have your preferred powder in stock. I'm betting that they do. From what I've heard, it was a little light on the 2F powder, or the 2F powder was gobbled up pretty quick, but at the time of recording, there's still a lot of 1, 1.5, and 3F, as well as 4F powder that you can find from both Swiss and Schuetzen. Also in restocking news, we're starting to see Blackhorn 209 populated back onto store shelves. The downside here is it's about $20 more expensive than we saw pre-2021. While we don't have a publicly stated reason for this price increase, the community has kind of theorized that it might boil down to an attempt to slow down or limit scalpers and reselling, because that's a big problem right now in just about everything. We also have an increase in Blackhorn 209 interest when it comes to modern muzzleloader hunting. Because it burns so clean and so efficiently, a lot of people are either upgrading their rifles and getting into something that can shoot Blackhorn for those longer distance shots, or maybe just some tighter group shots at close range. And we have just the general increase in hunting in general, kind of coming out of the 2020 and 2021 seasons, where people were looking for things to do away from major large groups of people. They can get outside, they can go hunting, and muzzleloader hunting, specifically with these modern muzzleloaders, is a way for a lot of people to get into it. And with that comes increased interest in Blackhorn 209. When we look at black powder and black powder substitutes like traditional black powder and Blackhorn 209, we need to realize that the muzzleloading market isn't nearly as large as the smokeless powder market, and pretty much across the board with these powders and substitutes, they're produced 1 or maybe 2 times a year at the manufacturing facility, and that's it. A lot of these manufacturing facilities produce 1 large batch, enough to meet the market quota, or the market quota according to the data that they have. And they're producing that much powder, they're shipping it out, and that's it for the year. So that being said, I encourage you, if you do have a powder available or you can get your hands on it and you know you're going to need it for competition or hunting or hobby use this year, pick up a couple pounds or a couple bottles of what you use. Try to save some for the other folks out there, but make sure that you have enough for you to keep it going. We don't want to see folks falling out of the hobby or the sport because they can't find supplies. I'm hoping that the manufacturers continue to step up like we've seen from Swiss and Schuetzen in the real black powder market. SHOT Show 2022 has officially concluded for just about a month now, really. We're starting to see the outdoor trade show circuit slow down as we head into turkey season. But at the SHOT Show, our friends at muzzleloaders.com had a lot of great interviews and some insight with some of the major manufacturers there. Darren was able to speak with a lot of the manufacturers and spokespeople from the companies that we're purchasing our products from. And they're giving a lot of great insight as to what the last year or last 2 years really were like, and what they're doing to update and change and deal with increased demand and increased issues with manufacturing and supply chain issues. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, check out their interviews. We'll have a link right here in the cards for you to check out. Traditions is also launching a few updates to their product line. They're bringing the 45 caliber barrels to a lot of their modern inline muzzleloaders, as well as their faster twist vapor line of barrels to popular models like the Traditions Nitro Fire. This is lining up with the trend that we're seeing of folks wanting faster twist in their modern muzzleloaders for more accurate shots at close and farther distances here. As more and more people adopt, more aerodynamic full bore conical bullets and end up shooting with those Blackhorn 209 for that increased accuracy and speed, it makes sense to see manufacturers like Traditions and CVA bring in those faster twist barrels across the line with their muzzleloaders. Along with that, hunting seasons are slowing down. These manufacturers are starting to produce and bring in the inventory for the 2022 year. I encourage you to check out maybe some of the deals that you can find on last year's models. If it's something that you want to save a little money and you don't need the latest and greatest, check out those last year models and maybe even the year before. If that's what you can get your hands on, you can save a little money and get into a muzzleloader. That's a really nice muzzleloader. You're just not going to have the new G-Hog GizWiz stuff included there. In many ways, I think we're going to see a continuation of last year to some degree, where every kind of muzzleloader that's being brought in from Europe, be that Italy or Spain, and I think we could continue to see some delays, although countries are beginning to open up and manufacturing, I think, is going to start to get back a little bit to normal. Bring this up because if you're wanting one of the new models or you're wanting something that's going to be coming over in a boat, it's probably best to pre-order or at least sign up for in-stock notifications at your preferred online retailer so that you know when something comes into stock and you can pick it up. A lot of times doing that pre-order or the back order notification or the in-stock notification is going to be your only way to get a hold of something in each of these shipments as they come in. So many times they're just, once they come in, they're gone, you know, within a couple days. And if you're not right on the money, you can really miss out. In event news, there's a couple nice events coming up here in March. The Honorable Company of Horners is hosting their annual Horn Fair. This is going to be March 4th and 5th. At the Altoona Grand Hotel in Altoona, Pennsylvania. This is a location change for this event, but the venue looks great, and the Honorable Company of Horners are celebrating their 25th anniversary this year, so it's bound to be a great time. If you have any interest in traditional muzzleloading and traditional American crafts, even if you're not interested in the firearms aspect, I really encourage you to check out this show. There's a lot of great vendors, a lot of great educational seminars here. You can go and shop and learn from some of the modern masters of all traditional crafts, but specifically horn work. It's really a great event to go to, take the family to, learn something, and talk to some of the contemporary big names that are out there. We also have the Kalamazoo Living History Show. This is held March 19th and 20th. I'll actually be in attendance in this show, have a little table there to talk to folks about muzzleloading, which I'm really excited about. Really encourage you to check out this show. It's been a couple years since they were able to have this show thanks to the COVID restrictions in Michigan, but they're coming back in full force this year. Leslie and Rick Conwell have been posting updates on their Facebook page as they prepare for this year's event, and I think it's going to be a real knockout. A lot of folks are really excited to get back in the groove, and the Kalamazoo Show is a great way to get started here if you're in the Midwest area. If you're near the area of Winchester, Virginia, there's a free muzzleloader shooting event hosted by Rob Harrison, National Recruiting Officer for the North-South Skirmish Association. He's hosting an event to all folks 14 and older who might be interested in black powder shooting and competitions. They're calling this the first annual Recruit Skirmish. I really encourage you to check out this event. These are the kind of events that I like to see folks getting out there, especially from the legacy organizations like the NSSA. This event runs on February 26th. The time starts at 10 a.m. and might go until 3 p.m. depending on the number of people that are there. Encourage you to check this out. If it's a short drive, just bring some hearing protection. The event is going to be free of charge. You're going to be able to shoot and learn about muzzleloaders. This is the kind of thing that we love to see. Please go to this event. Please take some pictures and send them to me. You can learn more about the North-South Skirmish Association and this event at n-ssa.org. That is all I have for you this week. I really appreciate all the support we've seen here at I Love Muzzleloading over the past few weeks. As things start to thaw out here in the Midwest, we've got a couple shooting events and treks planned here for the early spring, which I'm excited about. I hope you enjoy those as they come up here in the next few weeks. Lots of great stuff coming for muzzleloading, and I'm excited to be there to tell you about it. I'm Ethan. I love muzzleloading. If you'd like to learn more about this or anything else related to muzzleloading, please visit ilovemuzzleloading.com. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you next time.